Welcome to the Crude and Cruise podcast, where revolution meets fun. I welcome you specially to this discussion this morning. And on this platform, we discuss everything, both political, religious issues. We talk about them. And today, we are talking about our president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the president of Nigeria. We are saying his constant travels, his constant travels since he became president of Nigeria. Are there benefits? What are the benefits? Do we really, what are the direct benefits to Nigeria and Nigerians? Feel very free to join the conversation and discussion. Send requests and I'll bring you up. I want to hear your view. His constant and incessant travels of the president. Right now, he's out of the country. He has traveled to Japan, Brazil, stopping in Dubai, United Arab Emirates. And we are seeing with these constant travels, are there direct benefits to Nigeria and Nigerians? I want to hear your view and feel very free to send if you want to be part of the conversation or you have a question to ask, send the request and I'll bring you up. I want to hear your thought. Do we really benefit? Because since he became a president of Nigeria, he has been traveling. And for me, I see him like some tourist. I see him like, with due respect to the office, I see him like some tourist. And it's worrisome when we have a president that is always traveling. I remember when we had Buhari, the late Buhari, he was also traveling like that. And either he's going for medical or he's just touring like a tourist. And now we have President Tinubu. And now either he's going for his medical or he's touring like some tourist. And the painful thing is whatever he's doing is being sponsored by Nigerians because we are the payer. We pay them. We pay them. It is our task that pays them. So I want us to talk because since he became president, he called off all the ambassadors of all the embassies where Nigeria have their embassies. We don't have ambassadors right now. So literally, the president is doing the work of the ambassadors traveling, even though the offices are still running. He's moving from one country to the other. And we are seeing, are there direct inputs? What he's doing, does it really help? Does it transform the common man? Has it helped Nigerians? Has it transformed the economy? Has it transformed the agricultural sector, the security sector? Are there direct benefit from all these travels? Because for me, it's worrisome. It's worrisome. Sometimes I don't know. It's as if something is wrong with the black. I don't know. As if something is wrong with the black. I think the mind of a black man has a major problem. As if for a black man to be successful in his endeavor, he has to seek validation from other people. He's saying that if a black man doesn't travel abroad or maybe get validated by America or the Asians, he's not working. And it's really worrisome. It's really worrisome. Why must we always seek validation from all these people? When they do theirs, they don't seek validation from us. I've never seen the president of America struggling to come to Nigeria or Africa. I've never seen the president of China struggling to come to Africa to see, our president, our leaders. But it is common in Africa. Either they are touring for medical or they are touring, just wasting taxpayers' money. And I want us to talk. If you have a question or if you have a way forward, drop it at the comment section. I want to hear your view. These incessant travels of the president, for me, it is worrisome. That's my view. It is worrisome. It seems like the president doesn't know what he's doing. He doesn't know his job, and he's only seeking validation elsewhere. Because for me, as a person, I have led people. I have led at my little level, and there's nothing. The problem of Nigeria is not an international related. It is not America related. The problem of Nigeria is caused by Nigerians and it can be solved by Nigerians. So why must our president, our leaders travel up and down as if they are tourists? And of course, the ambassadors and no more there because they've recalled all the ambassadors. And since he recalled the ambassadors, he has not even appointed new ambassadors. So literally, the president is the ambassador, he's the commander of chief. So he will leave the country for petty things when the country is practically undergoing all kinds of problems. Insecurity is littered everywhere. Joblessness is at its peak. Hunger, food production is zero. The potency of naira is very poor. Purchasing power, Nigerians can't even feed. Nigerians can't afford the basic necessity. People don't sleep with their eyes closed. The president seems to be comfortable traveling to. He find it easier to travel to UK or US than to even visit Zamfara or visit Borno State or visit Benue State or visit Kwara or visit most of these states that are going through all kinds of insecurity. He's more comfortable to go to France than to travel to do local travels, to visit these people, even to motivate the military that are fighting this and the police and the rest of them. So the president now seems like a tourist, just traveling up and down. And for me, it is worrisome because for you to be successful, you can succeed from anywhere. You can succeed from anywhere. The world has become a global village that you don't even need to travel. Why must you travel? What do we need from them that we don't have here? What we have here, we have not even transformed what we have. We have a whole lot that we have not harnessed, we have not brought together, synergized to build a better country. And one thing I always tell people is, from my view as someone that have led before and still leading, when your home is in order, when you put your home in order, people will come. People will come. You don't need to go tell foreigners, come, come and invest in my country. If your country is safe, foreigners will come. They have access to the social media. The world is global. They see what is happening. They see how Nigerians are crying day in, day out. So if you tell them to come, they are looking like, oh, seriously? And they see how we handle the place of corruption, the place of nepotism and favoritism and tribalism and religiosity. So when you tell people to come invest in your country, it's worrisome because most of these people are watching. They watch what we do. They watch what is happening. And most of them know that what is happening in Nigeria is not a state that you can say that is working. I can beat my chest for that because if you look at the rate of unemployment, it's very high. Very, very high. And you ask yourself, what is happening? We have everything. We have everything. But the only thing we have not had as a country is leadership. We've never had the great leaders. Since the days of independence, I can't beat my chest that we have had great leaders. And we are talking. I want to hear your view. What do you think some of these things that are happening, what is really happening to us as a country that we can't get it right? Our leaders have to be touring, traveling from one country to the other. I don't know what they are looking for because as a people, we have everything here. Our problems are local. Our problems are local. So why must our leaders, the president, they are even traveling? Either he's traveling for medical when our hospitals here have been abandoned. Hospitals are not working. They don't have good equipment. So politicians have to abandon their own country, go to other country because they know that the medical here is not working. Even ordinary headache, they have to depend on either France or UK. If you remember recently, Buhari, when he had to buy abroad. And that's to show abroad hospital. And that's to show how poor we are as a country, even when we have everything. And most of these hospitals abroad, most of the people attending to them are Nigerians, are Africans, not even the citizens of this country. So if US can work, if UK, France, India, Japan, and the rest of this country can work, why can't Nigeria work? What is really our problem? And it's worrisome because this constant travels by our leader, our leaders is worrisome. Our leaders have become tourists. They have become tourists. They just travel every opportunity they have. Every opportunity they have to travel. every opportunity, as if they are more comfortable outside than home. The president is more comfortable. I got some data about his traveling journey, and since he became president, let me read out for you. Of course, presently he has traveled. He's now the travel presently is Japan and Brazil. He's stopping over in Dubai, and now since he became president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu has traveled out of Nigeria on numerous occasions. And this he has traveled to on numerous occasions to various countries, and one of these countries is UK, is France, Saudi Arabia, and the US. They call it for diplomatic. For me, it's just jargon. Diplomatic issues and economic and personal reasons. Report has had it that since he became president, that was within 2 years, he has traveled in and out of Nigeria more than 26 times. I think some say 25 times. And you ask yourself, why must we have a president that is constantly traveling abroad? Constantly traveling abroad. He has to travel as if he's seeking the validation of foreigners. I've never seen China, I've never seen Indians coming to Africa to seek our validation. If Nigeria is working, you don't need to tell anybody to come to Nigeria to invest. The truth is Nigeria is not working. We have to be honest with ourselves. Look at if you look at the dollar to naira, if you look at agriculture, if you look at security, people can't sleep. As a matter of fact, Nigerians have turned, they started securing themselves. If you drive around within FCT or other states, you see people have to begin to organize their own vigilante to secure themselves, because even the police are overwhelmed, the military are overwhelmed, overstretched, and the whole thing is on leadership. But this same leader has all the opportunity to be into travel, like a tourist. Just be touring. Either he's going for medical, or they tell you that they are going for diplomatic, blah blah blah. And like I said, pick security as an example. The issue between farmers, the issue between if you have the headers clashes, the insecurity we have either in the southeast or north central or in the northeast, they are all local. They are all local, and this thing can be solved, because when Nigeria, this thing is not, it's not some some skyrocket. These problems are local and they can be solved. Please, if you are joining watching this, help me share, and if you want to be part of this discussion, send requests. I'll bring you up. I want to hear your view. Are there benefits? Are we really benefiting from this president constant travel? And of course, this is not the first time. We've had Buhari. That one was traveling all the times, and now it's Tinubu traveling all the time. And like I said, our problems are local, very, very local. We can do this thing. Agriculture can work if we can handle agriculture as a country. That's all. We can feed, if we can feed ourselves, that's all. If we can secure ourselves, that's all. What is this thing that will make our leader, our president, travel all the time? What is it? What will make our leaders always traveling? Of course, yes. Okay, Gertrude, sorry, my distinguished father said, I watched your podcast with Gertrude. Man, you went through a lot, sir. It is great to see you standing tall and doing what you do best. Which is service to humanity. Keep sharing, keep sharing love. Okay, from Fabers. Thank you so much. Oh, is today you're watching that? I think I need to repost that Gertrude segment, because a whole lot of people have reached out to me about that Truth podcast. I think I need to repost it, because sometimes people don't know our story, they don't know our history, so they think we just appeared. No, some of us have had our pain, we have fought battles, and we fought battles. We won. That's why we are standing. Thank you so much. And back to the topic we are talking about. What is really the issue that our president, we constantly travel? He has, since he became president, he has traveled over 20 something times to different countries. What has that really brought to Nigeria and Nigerians? Has it really transformed us? Has it transformed the economy? Has it transformed the people? Has it transformed? Insecurity is still high. So what is really happening that we can't sit at home and solve our problems? Like I said, our problems are locally made. Locally made. Corruption, as for instance, is local corruption. These guys understand these things. President Tinubu understand corruption because he's the leader. He knows the people that are corrupt. The only thing the EFCC will go is to go after young people, Yahoo boys, and invade and show some commando and allow the politicians that steal our money to walk very free. So we deceive ourselves when we know the problems, we know how to tackle it. We just behave as if we're not seeing and just move on. But the truth is, for Nigeria to work, we need a leader that can sit down. It's not a leader that is a tourist traveling up and down. We need a leader, and that's why we talk about revolution. When we talk about revolution, we are not just talking about just policy change. We are talking about a drastic, a holistic change that starts from the mind and affects the structure of everything we do as a country. And that's why we stand for revolution. Because we can't just keep watching these politicians keep deceiving us year in, year out. Each election, they form like they are so good, and they hang around Nigeria, act like they are ushers and very nice people. And after the election, all of them just disappear, return back to their whatever wickedness, and keep oppressing the people, keep oppressing, taking from the people. And the most pathetic thing, I think, is the people still defend them. The politicians are united in corruption. They are united in corruption, but we, the people, we are divided. We are not united in fighting this bad system. One thing that people do is to struggle so that they can have their share of the national cake. That when you see people praising Tinubu, singing his praise, it's not because he's doing well. All they are looking for is their own portion. Yes, so that they can get an appointment or just get their own portion, and Nigeria is working. But in reality, Nigeria isn't working. I just watched, I think earlier, as of this morning, I watched Dr. Ngozo Kunjuwela, and I was so disappointed. And not just disappointed, it's highly expected, because our people, all of them, the elites, whoever they are all the same. They are all the same. And watching Nigeria, the economy is revamping and is working and all of that. And when I heard that, it's like, are you okay? Are you okay? And of course, what do you expect from the World Bank? They need they are the masters, and our leaders are the prepared. They control them. They control narrative. And until we need a leader that can say, we can move and do without World Bank. A leader that can say we can live and do without IMF. A leader that can say we can survive. We have the capacity. We have the capacity. We have the capability as a country to survive. Until we wake up, until we Nigerians wake up. And that's one thing I love about our leader, distinguished Shore. He has discovered that the problem of Nigerians or Nigeria is local. It's local. Insecurity is local. Most of our problems are local ones. From distinguished fathers, he said most of our problems are local ones. Our leaders are not held accountable anymore. I love that. Our leaders are not held accountable anymore. Local. If you see from the councillors down to the local government chairman, down to the state house of assembly, down to the governor, down to the senator house of reps, they are not held accountable anymore. Most of them not even visit their constituency anymore because of insecurity. If they are going, you see truckload of soldiers and police, civil defense going after one, just defending one man. If they are living, they live with them. So the security of the local security is at the mercy of the people. The people had to practically defend themselves. And we, instead of us holding these politicians accountable, we are divided. We are divided. Some people are divided because they are looking for opportunities to have their own fair share of the national cake. And recently, I heard somebody defending the Buhari Tinubu's government, and I laughed. I said, "Well, I understand you because you are looking for an opportunity so that you can have your fair share of the government. It's not because the president is doing well; it's because you want your own portion." From distinguished fathers, he said, "This may appear to be diversion from the topic you are discussing on, sir, but what is your take on regional government system. Oh, I love that. So what do you think it will really help us? Yes, regional, it will help us because I think the regional state thing started, I think the first republic or so, when regions are held accountable and responsible. And regional, we have. But the thing is, with or without regional, we need to deconstruct. We need a recalibration as a people. We need a recalibration as a people because the other time when I hear from our people, our brothers from the East, talking about the need independence, oh, the need Biafra. And somebody asked me, what is your view or take? I told the person, it's not about giving them Biafra. Even if you look at the Southeast, the eastern part of the country, look at their governors. What are they doing? Insecurity is high. The governor, Abia, Enugu, Ebonyi, just you can name them, the 5 states that cover the eastern part of the country. And if you move down to the south, what are the governors doing? Even so, if you said you want Biafra, you are not going to have some foreigners to lead you. So the people, as it were, are still corrupt with wrong orientation. So even the regional system, it may work, but first the fundamental need to be attended to. We need a deconstruction. We need, and that's why we talk about revolution all the times. The revolution thing we are talking about is not just some noise. We are talking about a total and complete adjustment and overhaul, both from the mind and the structure. Because an average Nigerian right now doesn't think right. Our priorities, our motivation, what our priorities, like what we want. If you ask a Nigerian, what do you want? For instance, somebody that has been talking about a bad system for a long time, as soon as the person is appointed, everything just goes solo, like everything is abandoned. And sometimes when you see some of these people fighting, they are just fighting for their portion. When you see some of these people also praising these people, they are only praising them because of their portion, not because they love Nigeria or Nigerians. And we need something bigger. We need something better. We need people that are pan-Africans, pan-Nigeria, people that actually love Nigeria, not for what they can get. What is their interest? We need to check their antecedent. And that's why we are talking about revolution. I don't want to mention names now so that people don't say, oh, because you are close, you belong to Take It Back movement, or maybe you are close to Shore, and that's why you are defending him. No, but when you see a true leader, you know. When you see a true leader, you know. A true leader understands the pulses of the people, and that's why when the people talk and said, you see, nobody understand. Like someone like Shore, people will tell him, oh, you are not connected to the grassroots, and he laughed. Who is not connected to the grassroots? When we move, like yesterday, we were in court at the High Court, and FCT High Court. Everybody wants to identify with him. Everyone. You see, people know what is right. Most times it's because of religion, tribe, because of sentiment. People just ignore realities. People know what is right. Yeah, let me bring this distinguished up, Emmanuel Larry. So we are talking about Buhari's travels. Why is Buhari on? Because Buhari and Tinubu have some. What have we benefited? What have we gained? We have gained nothing. These people are seeking for external validation as at the expense of their people. They are looking for validation from US, validation from you, and if you look, I think recently, yesterday or so, we got a report, a court from Canada, referring to the APC and PDP government as very terrible. I don't want to use the word here because of, okay, yeah, my distinguished brother, comrade, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, comrade. How you doing?
I did, man, I did. Yes, we are talking about Tinubu's constant travels. What are the benefits? Are we really benefiting?
Is kind of funny though, but let's call a reality, and a norms.
Yeah.
And I would say statement of fact that Tinubu is not traveling for the benefit of this country.
Mm.
But He's also traveling to try as much as possible to make sure that he takes care of himself. He doesn't even have the interest of the country.
Mm.
If he discovered that maybe we are making noise in the country in regards to issues affecting everyone, he will just say, let me take 2 weeks and go and cool off my head. So,
Cool off his
but
head.
but let's also talk about something which is very important,
Okay.
that your Minister of Electricity, which is Minister of Power,
Power.
says we cannot generate 24 hours light, but the guy has built a mansion that
Yes.
his colleague are calling it second also rock, second White House and something like that. And
Are you serious?
this also goes as far as understanding that if you didn't put a competent person in that position of power, a lot of people will take advantage of it. And I'll say this very quick, that Tinubu government does not have the interest of the country at heart. In short, he has lost touch of what the current people of the oppressed are going through, and is not
Mm.
interested in finding a better way to change some of these issues. I'm sorry,
Mm.
I'm an apologetic person. I
Yeah.
say it the way it is. And
Yeah.
tomorrow you still come and see media parading Tinubu is doing well, Tinubu is doing well. But the same media, they are not calling competent people that understand some of these issues to discuss some of these topics to enlighten the people of Nigeria. And
Mm.
that is how bad it is for us in this country.
Mm. Do you know, when I saw the pictures of the present Minister of Power, dedicating and celebrating his mansion, I laughed because, and the audacity for me, the effrontery for me, as a Minister of Power, that we know that power is not even working. Just 2 years. Right now, as I'm on this live section, there's no light. Not had lights since yesterday night. The same Minister of Power had the audacity, and it's because, like we said, Nigerians are not awoken yet. Either they are awoken and they are pretending to be asleep, or something is wrong with our minds. That we this man is flaunting money, flaunting wealth before Nigerians, like what you do. And it is this same impunity. There's a comment here from a distinguished. He said Nigeria was designed by the colonial rulers to be easy for them to rule, but not for the country to progress in unison. And I think it is true. If you look at the way Nigeria is designed so that the colonial masters to easily penetrate and control us, and we are literally like puppets, and they are the master. They press a button, everybody will respond. And that is why somebody like Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, a woman that was a monumental failure when he was the Minister of Finance, with all the things they did, because everything she did or they did is to be according to what the World Bank, the IMF, or whatever, like a script. And the same woman will tell us that the economic recovery is working. As if and most of these people, they are not even in Nigeria. A woman that when she was a Minister of Finance, she was being paid in dollars. She's not even ashamed of herself. When she was a Minister of Finance under Goodluck Jonathan, the oil price went so high, and there was no saving, nothing, all manner of corruption. And because she, after the biddings of the masters, and they got her rewarded at the IMF or World Bank level, and she still have the effrontery to look at us and tell us that President Tinubu is working. Shame on all of these people. And that's why we are calling for revolution, because if revolution happens, none of these people can speak. Some of them will be in jail. Most of them will be in jail. Because the way, can you imagine, like you just talked now about the Minister of Power? How can you, what an effrontery, what an effrontery in the midst, even if it is your personal money, must you flaunt it on Nigerians in a time when Nigerians are hungry? When in a time when we have insecurity everywhere, purchasing power is zero. That is when you went to launch your mansion and you have to invite everybody to come and see and celebrate with you. Because as what? As what?
Okay, come on. Let me say something. Let me say something very quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Some of these guys, before they are appointed as ministers, or they have one corrupt case of the other, and it's also part of what we've always been saying, that if the head is right, the neck
It will
will
flow.
function, and every part of the body will function. And it's also very important to say these things, and that as it stands like this, it is only the will of the people. What do I mean by the will of the people? It is only a revolt by the conscientized people of
Nigeria.
Nigeria that can change a lot of things in this country. Because your politicians, in short, let me say something very quick. Since the period of independence till now, you need connections and one corrupt case of the other to be able to have a big position in this country or have a voice at the national level. And if you want to be a successful thief, you need to join the APC and the PDP or any ruling party that are in power. I'm not saying this thing because I want to say it. I'm saying this thing because some of these guys have track record of stealing. They are
Of
known for
stealing.
stealing. So the better way to steal better is to join the ruling class, the APC. And as of, was it yesterday or day before yesterday, the Canadian courts have declared both PDP and
APC.
APC a terrorist organization. And they didn't lie about it.
It's a fact.
It's a fact.
It's a fact.
But tomorrow, just you say I say this thing on your live, that they will bring their PR to come and defend their terrorist organization. Nigeria is actually a terrorist. Nigeria is actually a terrorist state.
Yeah. The citizens are being terrorized every day. They are terrorized by hunger, terrorized by insecurity, terrorized by poverty.
Let me say something very quick.
Yes.
Until the people of Nigeria want a total liberation, there is not going to be any repression in this country.
You're right. You're right. You're right. We need to wake up. Do you know? Because, when I see the way this president travel, the audacity for me, even when there was a pine, in Benue, he visited briefly. He couldn't even go to the scene of the incident where the real crime was committed. And the excuse was because there was flood, the road was flooded. Can you imagine? And the effort, their PR, we always come to defend them. And that's one thing about Nigerians. We are paid to defend incompetent people. And the people that are being paid to defend these incompetent people are suffering. They are suffering. I have seen, if you go to the market to buy things, the price is not made better because you are APC or PDP. And when we saw people telling someone like Distinguished Shore to join the coalition, and I laugh. What kind of coalition is that? The coalition we can join is the coalition of the people, the masses. What is the ratio or the percentage of these elites, these so-called politicians? They are not up to 1% of the total number of Nigerians. But why is it that Nigerians are still docile and comfortable in this pain and in this state of oppression? I keep asking myself, why? We can't revolt. You go to the market, things are no more normal. The other day, take like 100K to the market. You'll be surprised what you bring back home. You'll be more angry when you are returning back home than when you are going back, than when you went to the market. Because you notice that your 100K got you nothing. If you go to the hospital.
Let me say something. Comrade, let me say something about that 100K.
Yes.
As of last 2 weeks, I went to the market to buy goat meat.
Yes.
Full goat. And in Abuja here. And the least I can have a full goat meat in Abuja here was 120,000 naira.
Are you serious? Not a cow. 120,000 naira.
Not a cow. 120,000 naira to buy a meat that might not last for like 2 weeks. So,
Wow.
but about the PR, if some of those guys did not do those PR, they no go chop. They are looking for survivor.
But at the detriment of the masses? At the detriment of the masses?
They don't have, these guys doesn't have integrity. They just want to eat. They don't have integrity. See, let me say something very quick. That there was a particular post that Shore post that at every time they want